All right, everybody, welcome back into the Dota 2 Canada Cup Season 6 playoffs. We're here in the lower bracket final. It is compLexity Gaming versus Infamous here in this best-of-3 series. And it is game number 2 as compLexity is looking to 2-0 Infamous and head straight into that grand final to play up against Elite Wolves, who set them down to the lower bracket in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here on moonducktv. My name is Mark. Joining me today is Pitmuckle alongside Purge. Purge, it is, of course, 1-0 currently in compLexity's favor. What do you think the chances are for them to get a 2-0 here?
I think it's going to be harder with the first two picks here. Infamous got two heroes that they're pretty good at, both Enchantress and Bounty Hunter. Now, compLexity has the response to the Enchantress, which is currently Crystal Maiden support, since she can deal with those neutral creeps that are very annoying. And Zeus is pretty good against Bounty for vision reasons, but Bounty's also very good at just pressuring a lot of lanes, and it's the hero that Infamous really likes to play.
Yeah.
Now, will they still go for their Dazzle later on? Probably not, I guess, because Nature's Prophet is banned. Some kind of weird bans coming from them, actually. Teamfight carries.
Yeah,
I think they fear the teamfight heroes.
Yeah, I guess that's true, especially after last game. I understand that, but I'm surprised that some of the heroes that were picked last game aren't getting banned out. Maybe not so much. I'm not that surprised because there's other heroes that you want to ban out. I'm surprised it's these heroes. The Spectre and Medusa is really interesting for me because it's not like compLexity play them a ton. I don't think I've seen them play Medusa, at least not for a while, and Spectre... maybe not that either. I don't know. This is kind of interesting to me, but...
Well, I mean, they got bested by teamfight heroes in the last game, so I can kind of see where they're going with that.
Right.
You know, it makes it hard to fight. They like to fight early. They like to chase after their opponents. Both Spectre ulti and Medusa ulti makes that kind of hard. And they're also very tanky heroes, so I think they kind of learned the lesson from last game a little bit. They got to avoid those tanky heroes, and they got to be able to chase their opponents down.
And those tanky heroes are coming out, though, as compLexity has picked up the Night Stalker. Still two very squishy heroes on their squad as well. I like the pickup of the Zeus and the Crystal Maiden because that's a lot of burst damage up against an Enchantress. With the Night Stalker, it's even more with the Void pickup, too. The biggest thing for killing an Enchantress is just magical burst damage. You're not going to be able to right-click her down as easily, so the best way to kill her is to lock her down, stun her, and use all of your magic on her, but she just gets exploded. Same can be said for the Bounty Hunter. He's very squishy too, and he'll die him a lot of the magic coming out. So I think this is a good draft from both squads. Infamous is very comfortable with these two heroes, but they might have a rough time here against these three on the other side.
compLexity's turn to pick.
Juggernaut's a decent pick against Night Stalker, Crystal Maiden. Omni Slash is going to kind of wreck this through Zeus as well, actually. The Jug pick is pretty solid. He's kind of in trouble if the Night Stalker is able to initiate with a silence, but in most cases he should be covered. And he synergizes really well with Bounty Hunter, just because of the track helping mitigate his limited mobility due to him being a melee hero. So I think those heroes are pretty solid, not to mention the Enchantress and Healing Ward can mean that a lot of heroes are going to stay alive. So Infamous has very good run at you lineups. They're a little melee heavy right now, but obviously with track that's going to be not as bad.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even really think about the double heal coming out from the Enchantress and then Juggernaut, so that's kind of frightening. Good. compLexity has their fourth pickup right now. They're looking for more than likely a safe laner, and maybe an off laner, as the Night Stalker might be playing that 4 position role. Of course, the CM is going to be played in the 5, so it comes down to, do they want to put him in the off laner or not? Which, I don't know. I haven't seen Swindle play Night Stalker a lot. There's a lot of Swindle heroes available. Beastmaster, Darkseer, Slardar. There's just so many heroes, and they will go for that Beastmaster for compLexity, so not that surprising. Roar very good against the Jug, stopping through that Blade Fury. And of course, the Necro 3 that I'll be getting is very, very strong as well.
It's good against all of them, really. Like Enchantress, Bounty, Jug. Keep them in one place and allow your team to focus them down. Okay. And they've got the damage. The Zeus is a really good solution to the Enchantress because he doesn't give a crap about Untouchable. He's just going to nuke right through that. And if she doesn't ever heal on, she's going to die. And it's that straightforward.
Yeah, there's a lot of nukes coming after compLexity. Not so much in terms of right click, but they're probably going to fix that with their last pick in the safe lane, whether that is going to be, I don't know, another Tiny like they played last game, or Yarocopter has been banned, and I know they love to play that, and it's probably okay this game, but we'll see. Witch Doctor is going to be the next pick for this. How do you feel about Gyro last pick for compLexity? What are your thoughts?
I think it's a pretty good idea. It's definitely very good. Laning versus Enchantress. Gyro, Crystal Maiden plus Night Stalker Triline is great against Enchantress +1. Gyro as well, if you're against a Bounty Hunter, it's pretty solid. Lots of magic damage, you chase him down. I don't think Gyro's amazing against Jug, though. That's one of the downsides. And he's okay against Witch Doctor, but not amazing. So that's one of the issues with the Gyro pick. But it does make the team fight with compLexity better, and the lane rotations are better as well. So I could see it being an okay pick, but maybe there's a better hero. I'm not quite sure yet.
Yeah, I do think if Infamous don't ban that, they're going to ban another team fight carry, I think. I'm almost certain of it. There's no real... That's not going to be surprised if that's going to be the case. I want to see what complexity they want to ban, though, because what they need left... There's a mid-hero still available for Infamous. It's not going to be the Viper. We'll see what they decide to grab against Zeus. I wouldn't mind seeing... Oh, they can't get Batrider because it's banned out. That is very good, because complexity got, I think, owned by the Batrider yesterday. I might be wrong. Maybe they were the ones playing the Batrider. I could be wrong about that. No, I can't remember. Who was it playing the Bat yesterday?
I can't remember either. But I remember there was a Batrider that did very well. But I'm also thinking of Sumail maybe playing Batrider recently as well. All the games blend together, man.
Yeah, they really do. When you cast as much, it's just like... You have to write it down, I think, too. And I don't have my notebook with me, sadly. It's really annoying.
Well, I'm one of them lazy casters. I do zero preparation. I show up and do my best. So I mean,
whatever works for you, it's fine. I just,
as long as you still get invites to the major, right?
Right. Well, that's... We'll hope that notebook will help me for your Manila major. But for now, I swear to God, my memory's getting so much worse recently. Like, I swear to God, I'm losing it in terms of, like, actual ability to remember things. It's really not good. But we'll talk about that.
I mean, you are getting older, man.
I guess.
It's okay. Like, what? 24 or something?
25. Yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Thank you. Slark is the pick. Very good versus Jug. You can go Invis. Works okay against Enchantress because you will be increasing your agility every time you hit. Okay versus Bounty. Pretty good versus Obstructor. I think it's a good Slark game. I think this is a really solid pick. It kind of is effective against all of Infamous's heroes. Infamous has really weak lockdown. You can pound sleep, the impetus throws. I think this is a really solid pick. Complexity did a good job with this. It has a lot of heroes to punish. You can get a Silver Edge, which is going to completely counter the Enchantress. It's just all around good.
Oh, yeah. That is a likely choice for this Slark. He can build pretty well into the late game. Essence Shift is going to be very good against the Juggernaut, and even the Bounty to a certain extent, still that agility. But yeah, I like this choice as well. We'll see how it does. Of course, they did ban out the Gyro last ban for Infamous, and I'm not really surprised they did that. I don't think anyone's really surprised about that, but they pick up the Slark instead. And now, Infamous need their mid laner, as they'll be getting their next pick up here within 30 seconds. They're going to have a puck coming out to silence up a couple of these heroes. I'm kind of okay with this. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it is Kotaro Hayama playing, and he's very good on that hero, so we'll wait and see before I pass judgment.
It could be very good. I could see Infamous's heroes getting an advantage in this game and punishing the hell out of the squishy heroes on complexity. And just a little bit of a combo like a Puck Dagon or something could get him a lot of kills if he's ahead a bit and Slark is having a rough game. He could easily punish many of these characters. He's also pretty resistant to a lot of the disables that complexity are throwing out. You can phase shift a lot of this stuff before it hits you. Right. He can dodge roars and stuff before they come out. There's a lot of things that's going to make Puck okay here. He can also pressure Zeus quite well in the laning stage, since he does have a positional advantage. So that part's pretty cool. I think that if the Bounty gets a lot done and Infamous gets a lot of gold advantage, they're going to roll over this game. But if things go about even, I think complexity is going to have the advantage.
Yeah, I would agree with you, and that's kind of why I like complexities. First of all, this is a lineup that it feels like complexity's executed before, or at least similarly, and they've done a good job with it. Kotaro is still susceptible to the silence coming out from the Night Stalker, plus there's a lot of damage coming up from the Zeus if you can get it off. But you're right, it comes down to the spouting hits for Infamous, and we'll see if that is actually going to be the case. You gotta start out with 2 sentries, unsurprisingly, and try to drop the sentry that Limp will have in this mid lane. And Swindles will head bottom, maybe try to get this ward down here. He'll scout out Kotaro here with the Hawk. He'll drop down the Observer ward. He will not get scouted.
With first last hit.
That's 30 gold and a sliver of experience going the way of Kotaro Hayama, and he might get another bit of experience with the down.
He doesn't gold per minute for that, because I guess the gold per minute doesn't count until 0.
It does not, no. That's lame. But he has more net worth. You can see it. That chart works.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Thanks, Valve. D-Talk looking to block his camp, probably. Yeah, that'll happen. That's unfortunate.
Very common camp for Beastmaster Jungle. He would love to kill that Hawk, but the Hawk's gone, unfortunately. That or courier swap. He'll probably courier snipe attempt and then block if possible.
The battle begins.
He's in a pretty good position to do so. He's going to go even further into the tree line here, closer to the base. They have to know this is coming, but it's hard to deal with as a...
Well, it's actually not going to come because it's the Zeus that grabbed it, and he's at 400 gold. So he's actually waiting for his full bottle. He's not bringing himself a salve, so a bit of a misread there by Z-Talk.
Yeah, he'll be waiting a bit. He could still get this courier stamp if he stays still, but I don't think he wants to do that.
I don't know. He'll see Zeus's items and be like, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess he's not bringing anything just yet."
He's got a clarity up because Z-Talk is like, I still need mana to use my E button, my Shadow Walk. We'll see how things turn out. Yeah.
Did they see it?
They pinged something out.
They must have seen him over here.
I'm not sure how. They didn't have a Hawk or anything. They might see him
from the tower. Like sometimes
yeah.
the fade time's like a second, so sometimes if you come out a little bit too early, they'll see you.
They're not going to send this courier anytime soon, but Zeus is going to have to be careful. 3 last hits, but Katarahama's doing a pretty great job early on here. On the other side, Hanskid's going to go ahead and block this camp and continue to do so. But they're going to go on him. Limp, they've actually already gotten that Dark Troll.
Okay, this is a dive right here.
That's the ensnare coming out. They need a TP scroll. They're going to get it. He's low. Fairy fires up. Void will come through. Katarahama is in trouble. Tower will go. The last white click, that is first blood for Z-Talk, and they might get more. He silences up on Z-Talk because he just skilled up. He's out of mana. He'll use the Mago and the Void. Gets the Shadow off. They drop the Sentry. They can't quite get there in time.
Ooh.
He's got Void and 4, but no more Sentry available. Still, though, it is first blood for Limp, and that will be his bottle coming out, and pretty hefty dive from Infamous. Not the best.
Yeah, it looked really good, but that was such an early TP from Night Stalker. At first, I was like, oh, this dive's not going to work. But then they started really hitting that Zeus, and his HP dropped quite rapidly.
Yeah.
So good attempt, but really good dedication by compLexity to grab that TP and defend in time. Now, another problem is this Crystal Maiden's still level 1. She also had Nova. She doesn't have Frostbite. She probably did this because if she jungles, then Bounty Hunter can steal her experience, and she didn't want to do that, but he did spend a lot of time trying to snipe the courier. She didn't necessarily know where he was, and now she's limited heavily in experience.
Right. So it's not the best for her to get. I mean, she's going to have to pull a lot. Maybe get up a couple of stacks as well. We'll wait and see if that's going to be the case. Limp is actually kind of having a rough time ever since that first blood attempt, because he got the he didn't get the rune. He had to wait for the rune for the 2-minute mark, and then he got that, of course. And since then, Kotarama has been putting a lot of pressure on this lane. You can see it now. He's got 14 last hits to 8. Shockwave will miss, the Illusion Orb will hit, and Z-Talk's gonna roam through. They have vision of him. Limp is still in trouble here, though. He's gonna have to back away completely. Down bottom, though, it looks like there might have been a fight breaking out, but the cast came through with Maledict, and it's actually gonna be Z-Freak walking away. A lot of aggression coming out on all parts of the map here.
Level 3 and Swindles here. He's farming just fine. 4 last hits. He's gonna be okay with this. As long as he can get some experience, grab a fast boots, and get the 6 pretty rapidly, I think the game's gonna be okay for compLexity. It'll make up slightly for the low experience of Crystal Maiden. She is level 2 now. She opts for Frostbite. Still no Mana Aura just yet, so Zeus is a little sad about that, but they'll be fine without it.
If they had like level 2 Mana Aura right now, he'd be super happy, but that's not the case. Down bottom, Blade Fury's gonna fly through, the cast will hit up, and Swindle's in trouble. Excel's rotated in with Z-Talk as well. They want this kill. Void will come out onto Greedy. Can he get denied in time? And the answer to that question is absolutely yes. He will make it to the creep camp and kill himself on top of the stack. Pretty well done from himself.
Is your kill death showing 0 to 1 right now at the top of the screen?
It is, absolutely.
They just didn't count the puck?
No, they count. They don't count. They changed it so they don't count denies anymore.
Oh, okay. So the neutral death didn't count. That's
doesn't count. Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
My bad.
Ooh, did they just perch him? Yeah, Mana Burn. Hanskid got Mana Burn. He was trying to Frostbite it, and then he got Mana Burn. That's pretty fun. That's one of those little plays that makes you smile every now and then. That's pretty cool.
Oh, see, the enchant neutral. That makes sense.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Seems pretty nasty.
It is not the perch creep. Swindle's getting shadowed by Z-Talk. The axes will hit him, but it's only level 1 axis. He does have his level 2 boar now. Farming-wise, I think actually Infamous are farming a bit better here. But we'll see if that's going to continue on here. It's really Katarahama is actually destroying mid in terms of last hits. Wow. Is he owning with this hero right now? That is impressive. I was skeptical about the puck pick, but boy, is he doing well.
I mean, this guy's just super talented in the mid lane. He's definitely one of the best up-and-comers, in my opinion. He shows a lot of talent. He's very mechanically talented. He does take a lot of damage here from Zeus bolts, but I mean, his ability to play aggressive has been there, and that's because he's made so many aggressive plays. Like, that's his initial dive paying off, basically.
Right.
Because they dove so far, Limp is playing careful. He's like, man, this guy's willing to dive me behind my tier 1 tower. at like level 1.
Oh.
He almost dies.
Oh, he did die!
Caster
All right.
curse. That was the most caster curse thing. Just talking up Kotaro Hayama. He basically got bolted, and then he got bolted again, and then he phase shifted because he was scared about the arc lightning follow-up, and then he just arc lightning followed up after it came out. That was not good.
That was... and this is going to give a little bit more room for Limp to get back into the game, get some last hits, but of course it's really the kill, and that makes the difference there. But bottom lane, there might be some action breaking up. There's 3 heroes here coming out for Infamous. They've had this bounty hunter just shadow walking, ready to go at a moment's notice, and finally, compLexity are feeling safe enough to push into the lane a little bit further. But they still aren't going for Infamous. They're waiting. They're taking their time. Oh, they might have seen him. They have what they want to do instead is take this camp here, but Swindle is actually running out of mana. He does have a mango, however. Back mid, Limp is going to get silenced up. It's only the short duration, however. He doesn't have enough mana for his Zeus ult. He was looking for an arc lightning and a lightning bolt. Then he could pop the Zeus ult with mango potentially, but that was not going to be the case.
He's got a haste. They could easily kill CM top if they go top. But there's a ward spotting things out. He's going to stay mid instead.
Looking for Limp. Will he die this? I hope he doesn't. That's not worked out in his favor so far. Alright.
Back to farming. 2 deaths on him, but he's still quite farmed.
Greedy gonna get silenced up too. So will Fly. Can they bring him down? He pops up the stick charge. Blade Fury. They need one more right click. Will they find it? No, they needed a one when they get the heal out from Excel, which will save his life. All 5 rotating down bottom, and they might lose Z-Freak here. Jaunt in. There's going to be the Dream Coil coming out. He'll try to TP away. Cask is up at 3. He might actually live. He goes down in the well to the silence of the right click of Z-Freak. That was so close. Well, it was a great play.
The Dream Coil breaking probably did damage.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So if you ever do TP like that, you have to have more than 75 HP by the time your TP goes off. Otherwise, you'll die in base. It's still okay because it might have limited the experience. It probably limited the experience gain and the gold gain of them in an AoE. Puck probably just got solo out of it. So it's a little bit of an advantage, but it was overall just a good try. Didn't work out.
An impressive play coming up from Z-Freak still nonetheless. He is the only death in that situation. And they all rotated down there to get that kill. What was Chessie doing at the time? He's taking this jungle stacks here with his Dark Pact. And he's trying to get up to that next item. Like, he's got a bottle, which is interesting. So that has put him a little bit behind, at least in terms of his big items. I
like it though. DD, a haste, something like that can be really beneficial in the early game. It's going to help him jungle as well. Like, most Slarks can't afford to do this. Yeah, they can regen if they're not in combat, but that's oftentimes not enough. It's going to keep stacking things up. The bottle is going to give him way more HP spam, and he's going to accelerate now.
He's going to finish up these big creeps, looking a lot more gold. Limp is going to get caught on the wrong side of the river. There's the Maldic, the enchant slow as well. Z-Freak's nearby, but he's not really able to do anything because the shockwave will come through. Z-Freak will try to TP again, and this time it will work out, but they lose Limp, which is a pretty big loss. As he was kind of just in no man's land for some reason. I'm not sure why he was over there.
Probably going for the rune, most likely. He died by rune spot. It's about 820, so that's my guess there. Well, Beastmaster's 6 now, so definitely can look for kills. It's probably going to need a Zeus to be there during the roar if they go for Jug here, because they've got to kill him during that roar duration, otherwise he could Omni or spin afterwards. Maybe having Night Stalker would also work. Maybe TP Zeus bottom right now, do a smoke, go for the Jug.
He got obliterated. That was quick.
Huh.
That was a really great... He had an Invis rune, right? I'm not crazy. Oh, roar bottom. Greedy's gonna get caught with that. The silence will fly out. Frostbite comes through. He didn't have mana for on slash, and Limp will get the kill with his Zeus ult nicely done.
Oh, and they're gonna steal the stack.
Yes, they certainly are. Oh,
if it could hit the creeps, there we go. That's actually completely worth it. That probably got them each like a half level or a third of a level. It's like a 3-stack.
Plus, they got to kill him with the Jug, which is pretty nice. Greedy dies again, but this was his first death of the game, which is good compared to how last game was going.
So for now, just farming a bit. 1400 gold for Puck. Once he gets Blink, he can be a lot more aggressive. Stinger on the Enchantress is level 6. Going for the phase boots, most likely going to be a drum afterwards. And he's got a little bit of untouchable, but also some Nature's Attendance. Not too surprising considering that they're against a Zeus.
Ooh, they were looking for that ultimate from Greedy. They don't have Roar, but they get up the silence in the void, which is a lot of damage. Hanski was looking to go back in. Perhaps the Frostbite and Crystal, but can't quite get it in time. Back away together. Coming through the jungle, Stinger has been spotted out. They have a very aggressive Observer Ward here. Lightning Bolt will fly. Limp will grab the haste rune for himself. Boulder Toss coming out from the Mud Golem. But Stinger needs to be careful. The lightning bolt will fly through. They don't have Zeus for 20, but Stinger will heal himself up. Looking to try to go on this with the help of Kotaro Hayama and Excel as well. And everyone has rotated down bottom with the exception of Chessie, who continues to farm up and try to get ahead.
They're playing so safe though, and with a bolt on Juggernaut, it basically just means that Infamous can't fight. The healing ward's on cooldown. He can't go in at half HP because it might just result in really bad stuff.
Got a fight here. Lightning bolt comes through. Excel getting low.
He does have the
Boulder
ult.
toss again. Death ward will go. They're going to try to get the frostbite off, and they will. Crystal Nova will about to fly, and he'll use it, but here comes the Janata, the Shuriken toss. He's going to stick up. Now the ultimate. Can he get Excel? The Zuso will fly. Zetok will get out, but the Roy will fly through. They get one kill. Oh, they don't have vision. They can't bring him down. The Blade Fury comes in, but Greedy will fall next. Limps low. Stinger will get that last right click. He doesn't have his heal up. He's silenced up and ready to go. Swindle trying to bring him down, but the Untouchable is too much. He'll try to TP away. Do they have the Boulder Toss? They do in 3. They didn't have it in time, but it is still a 2 for 2, and now a 3 for 2 as Dream Coil and Illusory Orb are expended for Katarayama to pick up that kill.
I really thought the Jug maybe misplayed a little bit, ran in with no HP and did an Omni Slash. Got the CM kill, but died afterwards. But killing the Zeus was the big part there. That was really the only hero that was going to deal with the Enchantress well, and he just took too much damage from Enchant there. Even the Witch Doctor lowered his HP a lot. The ultimate did a ton of damage to Zeus with the Maledict on top.
Where do you go? So, it feels like complexity and I don't know, that last fight felt like it was going to be going their way, but that actually is a really good fight because Kotaro Hayama now has his Blink Dagger. They're ready to go. They're getting Stinger. He survived through that entire fight, so his Dragon Lance is going to be done soon. It feels like Infamous are starting to hit their timing. Complexity are just a little bit behind for themselves.
Yeah, I would agree. The biggest kill for them was actually the kill on the Slark in the jungle. That really limited Slark's farm rate by a little bit. He's got something to plan out though. And it is the Midas actually.
Recipe.
So he's going to Midas. Interesting. So gonna just farm passively, I guess. He doesn't quite want to go fight just yet. Shadowblade could get him some kills here.
Hanskin. Oh, Hanskin. He's going to stick up. Sounds
he
sexy
missed
to
it.
miss. He might live for a moment longer, but Dreamcoil misses too, but he's dead anyway. They might get reinforcements. Nah, they're not even rotating up here. They
Could have maybe been
two.
two. Just slight mistake there. He waited a bit too long to use his Winnie Rift, and it would have easily killed the CM. So forced to use ulti, missed the ulti as well, and here we are, first in the top tower.
Alright, Zero Tower's going to get focused down, but Greedy, he actually avoids the gank by TPing away the mid lane and looking for some farm going his way. He doesn't feel safe down bottom. I do not blame him. They didn't actually have vision. He just had really good game sense to know that no one else was top lane. They didn't come to help out the CM in that initiation. So yeah.
Kind of an interesting way that Chessie's playing this Slark game. It's literally just all stack creep camps and use Dark Pact to do AoE damage. Most Slarks do free farm and then go for ganks, but he's just focusing on absolute accelerating farm, and his net worth is higher than every other carry in the game, with the exception of Kotaro, who's gotten a lot of kills.
Yeah, Kotaro's done a great job this game, and he's actually he just finished up with Blink Dagger, right? And he's now back up to 1500. So what do you get next on a puck? Do you get a Eul's
Definitely, Eul's is an option because he could get silenced by Night Stalker. I think he might just go Dagon though.
Okay.
Because they need to start putting pressure on, and the best solution to puck is, to Slark is just burst damage. That's why I think he'll probably go Dagon.
There's a chance he does do that. And we used to see the Midas pick up before a lot, but that's not really that popular. I've seen it a couple of times recently, but that's not going to be the choice more than likely.
Yeah, I just think it's a lot more likely that they go for burst damage at this stage. There are enough squishy heroes on complexity. You could definitely punish Zeus, for example.
Exactly. They have enough burst damage as well to take down a couple of heroes with the Dagon and a couple of other abilities as well. And then they just get even further ahead with track hold. Speaking of getting further ahead, they're going to get the tier 1 tower mid as the tier 2 tower is getting traded for down bottom. Will they lose the tier 2 tower? They're going to TP a couple of heroes in. It looks like they will defend this. They've got no clip. Roar comes through, and Excel is actually in a lot of trouble. Zuso will fly. He'll keep himself alive, but he will go down. Now the CM ulti going to work at Stinger, taking a bit of damage, but now they'll jump in. They get off the waiting room. Hanskin's going to get tracked up. Oh no, track hold going the way of Kotaro Hayama. It looks like he's going to frostbite Kotaro Hayama, but it will not do enough. But here's Chessie finally getting involved. Will pop the Shadow Dance. Can they get Kotaro Hayama? He will fall. Last right click will go Chessie's way. They take the tier 2. They get the fight, but Greedy jumps in. Omni Slash, the last right click will do the job. He's got spin, and he will get away. With his speedy phase boots usage, he'll drop the healing ward as well. And now Chessie and him are going to go toe-to-toe. Chessie really wants that healing ward, but great micro from Greedy. And Chessie will have to TP out now. Still a pretty good fight when it's all said and done for complexity. They get the kill on Stinger as well, which is even
my
bigger. Swindle, you are
he's
in
ditched.
a really bad spot. And Lip actually
Okay.
should have just TP'd him. I don't know why he stayed.
Yeah. That wasn't going to work in the slightest. He didn't have Call of the Wild. He didn't have Necronomicon. He didn't even have a Wild Axes. He was actually just dead. So, limits Limp's farm by a little bit here. But they did get a lot of crucial kills. And especially Chessie, he got a lot done there with a Midas. Like, he actually just... He didn't even have power treads yet. He was just standing there attacking. Oh, there it is.
Well, I don't even know where that happened.
Well,
so Jay, don't feel. I didn't see it.
Okay, this is what happened. He TP'd into the lane. He instantly blink casted everything. So if you didn't see him channeling the TP and sense the danger, then I mean, I told you he was going to build a Dagon, dude. Why couldn't you just?
No, I saw the Dagon build. I was like, oh, he's not going to use it yet because I was checking at the fight recap and I wanted to say something about the numbers. What ended up happening? He did exactly what you just said. He TP'd up and blew all the spells and killed Slark. So there's the Dagon.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. Slark was on strength treads, by the way. He just must have been at about 80% HP, just too much.
Yeah, and so he'll go down with his Midas off cooldown.
No, the worst.
God, that's the worst. And yeah,
Excel in trouble.
Yeah, he's gonna get rolled up. This is a solo kill easily for Swindle with his Necro 2, providing him most of the damage after the war was suited up. And I mean, Excel's like, whatever. My team's doing really well. I'm fine. Swindle might actually be dead here if he's not careful. They're going to try to find the other hero across the map, which is going to be Hanskin across the river. Circuit toss, track kill, Dagon, easy pickup for Infamous and Kotaro Hayama.
The Dagon's just going to do so much right now, honestly. With track, it does so much.
Yeah.
With those two heroes, they can kill just about anybody in complexity. They have 3 heroes that are extremely vulnerable to this burst, and then there's Night Stalker and Beastmaster as well. With those heroes will take 2 heroes to deal with. So they've got enough things that they can rotate around and get done on the map. So complexity is just... I feel like they need to do like 3-man smoke ganks or 3-man ganks of their own because they can't just lane. They're just going to get outplayed and outganked and outfarmed as a result of track.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it now. Slark is heading to the jungle. He's using like all of his HP pool to clear out stacks and take out, you know, creeps, but that's really not working out. You can see he's going to lane again with like 50 HP or 50% HP. Okay, if Kotaro Hayama was top, he'd just kill him again with a Dagon. So
Yep.
I feel like the Slark needs some sort of, first of all, he needs more damage and he needs an HP item or like a BKB or something, because right now it's even if it's a BKB, actually, he just might get jumped on regardless.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he can buy first. Maybe, I mean, he needs either Blink or Shadow Blade first for initiation, but afterwards Scotty's most likely what he'll pick up. BKB could be a solution, and there are a decent amount of nukes right now, but I just think getting raw HP is going to be better. Because all he needs to do is survive through the 3-second waning Rift Silence, and after that, he can pop his ulti and continue fighting. So I don't think he wants to go BKB. I feel like it'd be a little bit overkill.
Okay. And there's a good chance, in fact, he doesn't. I think he will go Shadowblade because of what you talked about with Silver Edge earlier. And Limp is going to get ganked, but he will be able to force himself away. I really like the force choice this game, particularly because of the heroes that are in this game. Kotaro Hayama is going to come up. He's going to look for the combo, and the silence might come through, and it will. And Kotaro Hayama, Zeus gets the Dagon off, but now the Shadow Dance comes through, and Chessie baits himself effectively enough, and will provide himself the Blink Dagger now picked up, plus 400 extra gold in the bank for that Slark.
That's really nicely done by Z-Freak. He knew that the puck was likely to continue pressuring the Slark, especially after getting a couple kills there. So sits behind him and gets a kill.
Limp. Got Lightning Bolt. Can he get this kill? They'll jump in. Chessie looking for Z-Talk. Limp's going to die to the Maledict, but still a 1-for-1 trade. Now the silence is up on to Greedy. The freezing field. Can they bring him down? He's got Omni up and ready to go. The Blade Fear will fly through last right click. Chessie will pick himself up a double kill. And they get 3 across the map and 2 big ones in both Greedy and Kotaro Hayama, and they've evened this game up just a little bit. complexity trying to scratch their way back in, and it's still now only 1,000 net worth advantage for Infamous here.
It's looking really good for Chessie now. All that early farming has led to some kills now. He's got the Blink Dagger so he can fight. His attack speed's really high, so he's going to be able to steal a lot of stats. I think he's playing this game great. Swindle's from the side, though, is looking for a Roar. If he can grab Kotario, it's going to be huge.
Gotta jump in. Roar will not go. He actually doesn't jaunt with the illusion. He'll find Z-Talk now. Mana Drain will fly, and Z-Talk gets obliterated, but they really wanted Kotaro Hayama. Z-Freak looking to walk up to the high ground. It is not nighttime. It's close, maybe 30 seconds away. And they wanted to maybe wait this out. They're going to look for the void. They can't quite get it there. There's the Illusion up to the high ground. Z-Freak in trouble. Great sound so that he doesn't jaunt through, but Z-Freak will still fall. Last right click will fly as the Enchanted Necro Archer flies. Zuso will break down the Enchantress, however, the Dream Quill going to work onto Jesse, but he actually avoids it, but the Omni Slash will bring him down. A fight across two sides of the river. Inevitably, I think complexity might get just a little bit more out of that, but they did get the kill on Chessie. And that is very
Oh,
important.
Handskin wanted the Necro, but he's going to pay for it.
Is under attack.
That was pretty sick. The Necro was stolen by the enchant right after it was summoned. And ultimately, CM's like, oh, fine, I'll frostbite this. But then Kotaro was ready for that. Gets the kill. This guy punishes so well.
Yeah. And I really like his aggressive playstyle. That has caused a couple of deaths for him, but I don't think he cares that much, which is great. Running at them is great.
Juggernaut up to 2,000 gold after his face, SNY. Very good early game build. I'm not sure what he'll grab next. Maybe Scotty. Scotty would be pretty straightforward. Something to deal with. Slark might be good. Maybe Blink Basher is another solution as well. Those are all really good options. Something like Battle Fury might also be nice just to deal with some of the Beastmaster summons. Just a little bit of AoE that'll clear those out would be really nice. Maybe even something like a Maelstrom would be alright.
He's got a lot of options. We'll wait and see what it is going to be. Chelsea's looking for Greedy. I think they might have some sort of vision here. Maybe I'm wrong. The Healing Word, I don't even think that gives... Can't remember if it gives vision or not, but...
I think they just got scared from the Night Stalker ulti, maybe.
Yeah, the darkness came out. You're right. And by the way, talking about the Juggernaut, he has done a nice job catching him. He didn't have the best early game, much like last game, but he didn't die that much. Go for a smoke, though, and this could be huge. They're going to go straight to the pit just to make sure nobody's in here, and they might even try for Roche themselves. Oh, great Zeus Salt. They see Greedy is in the pit, and they know that the rest of his team behind him, although they are smoked up. That is one of those beautifully timed Zeus Salts that you'll see from time to time. Nice play from Limp.
Yep, and Zeus is pretty survivable at the moment. He's got a Vid booster picked up. I don't know if this is going to be Atos or Bloodstone. I kind of like the idea of an Atos on Zeus, actually. In most cases, you just don't see it picked up. I think it's still very likely he'll get Aether Lens, but...
With the amount of movement speed and that the side of Infus has, I could see an Atos working out. I could also see a Bloodstone, and I've seen that more often than not, so...
Yeah, it's not good. The Atos wouldn't be good against Puck is the only thing, but... You know, it's generically kind of a good item. Maybe you don't need as much disable as an Atos would provide, but... Oh, we'll see.
Yeah, we will wait and see what that's going to be. By the way, Chase picked up a Yasha for...
SNY, most
yeah,
likely.
It's going to be SNY. I guess meant
the
to
Scotty
against Jug. Oh, he's going to just go right in on the puck. He's actually not going to jaunt away. Face shift will fly, though. He pops the Shadow Dance. Z-Talk looking to chase after him. Looking for that Dream Coil. He's going to find it. Chase will Dark Pact it off and then jump away. Going to get earned up as well. They might try to turn back on this. Meanwhile, top lane Swiddle continues to split push. Doesn't have a blink, but he's got boost of travel. No Dream Coil available, so I don't really think they can chase this. The TP took forever, and he'll be able to make his way out of there. So really good split push. Now compLexity will go back into mid and try to finally finish off this tier 1 tower mid. And they should be successful in doing so. The glyph will get popped, but this should be a pickup for compLexity nonetheless.
We'll be happy with that one. Slark's HP is still a bit low. Ulti is on cooldown for 25, so you won't see them fight just yet. Unless they can find a single hero like this.
Yeah, they will find the single here. That is going to be Stinger, but they won't go any further. They didn't really have the nukes in the air, and they didn't have Night Stalker in range to get that Void off, and so Stinger is able to hightail it out of there with their fluffy tail. Now
they
the Dragon
really need a pounce there. If they would have pounced him, they would have gone on it, but they just can't chase like that if he's able to walk away and heal.
That close to the tier 2 tower with everybody nearby. No, it's too much counter initiation. Kotaro Ham with the main danger here for compLexity. He's now got his level 2 Dake, and he's actually saving up a lot of gold for maybe a Hex. He's got 2,600 gold. He might just buy... I don't know. He would have bought his Ultimate Orb now, probably. I don't know what he's going to buy.
I'm not quite sure either. Hex is definitely a possibility. He could get Yules as well. Maybe it's time to deal with the Night Stalker potential problem. So if he gets silenced, he just dies. It's that straightforward.
Yeah. A lot of options. Again, there's a lot of options for everybody in this game. Blink has been picked up for Greedy, so he did pick up that item, which you alluded to earlier, which is very good to get in close range. And it is going to be the Yules for Puck as well. So there is one more thing dealt with, is the Night Stalker silence. And now that they have this, and it is daytime, it is time for Infamous to smoke up and try to find either Roche or a kill or two. And we'll wait and see if that's going to be the case. Oh, they're going to find C3.
All the big items are done for compLexity.
Oh,
They've got Bloodstone, SNY.
There's going to be the Omni Slash coming through, and Z-Freak will more than likely fall here with the last right click for Greedy coming in. And that track movement speed coming out, actually helping them. And this might provide them Roshan.
The easy Roche.
Bloodstone's done. Yeah, I don't think they can contest this. Do you? compLexity, can they really go into this fight?
I mean, that's a support. They might be able to. See him as, what, Tranquils plus Drum. He's got a level 2 ult.
Soul.
It's definitely hard.
This Roche is taking maybe a little bit longer than they'd like. It's kind of falling.
Might be able to go now.
They're going to head over to the pit. Jesse's looking to maybe jump in. They've already used their Zeus Salt. They've used the mech. They've used the Healing Ward. TP out coming through. Stinger might have to cancel it. Can they get this? They get the
got it.
Aegis and they get the Roshan kill as well. They picked up the bounty to the blink away coming out from Greedy. He will make it out. They go in the wrong direction. Meanwhile, top lane Swindle is going to get chased down. Dreamcoil will provide themselves the kill. But still, that is a huge play from Chessie in complexity.
Threat of the Slark, man. He can blink all the way in there, he can Shadow Dance, and then he can pounce out after he grabs it. But not only does he grab it, but he also steals the gold. It just wastes so much of Infamous's time, and the next fight means that he's much more survivable.
Yeah, that's a huge pickup. I thought, okay, you get a snatch, that's huge. You get both? You've got to be kidding me, Chessie. Damn. Alright, and that provides them gold like you talked about, and now Z-Freak is 1,000 gold away from that Aghanim Scepter, which is a huge item this game.
He was quite a ways away from that, but
yeah, he was.
All of a sudden that one fight and they get so much advantage.
I don't know, man.
Even Swindlemounds is really farmed. He just finished Necro 3 Boots of Travel, and he's got a blink on top of that.
Yeah.
So he can just scout for kills with his Hawk, and then TP in and go for those.
And he's split pushed effectively enough to get the tier 2 tower top lane. That is not the biggest tower to take down in the off lane, but it gets the tier 2 is a very, very important tower, I feel like, in any tier 2.
They're gonna find Jug top.
Greedy might get silenced here. He's got Blink, though. The Void will go first. The Roar will fly second. They'll pop the Necro. The Silence will go next. And that is a dead Jug with the Zeus ult, providing them the kill for the Zeus.
Not so fast.
And he gets Bloodstone charges because
That's such a good rune to grab. And also... We'll fight
double
happening.
snare. Uh-oh. This might not be the best spray for Chessie. He's going to go to work on his Z-Talk. They don't have vision for him, however. Can't really bring down Stinger either. And meanwhile, Hansky gets blown up by Kotaro Hayama. He's got Yules up and ready to go. They're going to pop the Dreamcoil. Z-Freak might be in trouble. I don't know if at this point for complexity. The Death Ward's going to get popped down. Chessie and Z-Freak in trouble. They will both fall, but that is just the Aegis. Lightning Bolt will fly through, and Stinger coming in as well. So far, a 1-for-2 trade. They'll jump in. They really want Stinger. They miss the pounce, but they jump in with the Lightning Bolt. They'll grab the kill for Limp. A double kill in the dominating spree. Now they're looking for Excel. He's around the tree line. Wild Axis will hit. Chessie about to have his blink up. He's just going to pounce on him instead and bring him down with the right click. That is a triple kill for Limp. And that is the Aegis coming into play there for complexity.
Dude, that fight is a perfect demonstration of how good Blink is on Slark. Like, there were so many times they'd run far away from him, and all of a sudden he'd jump, 700 units or something like that onto another hero. The Blink Dagger meant that he could move around that fight so much better. The Aegis obviously proved useful there because he eventually did go down, but the mobility that he got afterwards is just incredible. Allows him to run down all the enemy heroes and get those kills that he needs.
Yeah. Very impressive play from Chessie with now up to 1,700 gold. He'll pick up an ultimate orb for inevitable Scotty. Chessie's going to jump on him. He actually gets used up as well. He's going to die here. It looks like he's got Shadow Dance. He'll pounce himself away. He's got Blink of One. Maybe he won't. Maybe he will survive. He'll blink away. He even uses the Midas on the way out. Oh, what a baller. Chessie swag. Oh my god, dude. That was sick.
There's a random Orb of Venom on the middle. That's Z-Freaks, actually.
Do you have his eggs yet? Oh, close. He died there, so he did lose a bit of that gold. Unless he's got it on the courier. No, he doesn't. Okay. By the way, so it is Chessie going to be getting a Scotty. Yeah, he's going to get both ultimate orbs. All right, so that is going to be a Scotty, as you mentioned earlier, which I'm down for as well.
It's just clearly the best item, man. It's going to slow Jug as well during his spin. It's going to limit the damage output of the Enchantress if you slow her attack speed. Just a great item to have on Slark.
Chessie looking to jump in on somebody. Infamous's map vision currently not really up to snuff. You look at Complexity's vision, they've got some good ones. They're gonna jump into the mid lane. Chessie will continue to farm. They're not really trying to find a fight yet. And Infamous had the advantage, a 3,000 net worth advantage, but it swayed back in the favor of Complexity. But here comes Infamous. They're gonna jump in. Roar will find Excel. Z-Talk's nearby. He's got the mech, and they're just gonna get that kill. And Z-Talk will not be in range to mech his ally. They do see him though. I think they had vision of him somehow. The Necro 3 came through and gave him that true sight, but they won't go on to the bounty hunter.
Man, it's so hard for them to stop these ganks. They have so many heroes that are just vulnerable to it.
Dussault, Stinger's gonna get caught. He'll actually pop the heal. They're gonna bring down that Necro Archer, or Necro Warrior rather. Chessie will take the hit in terms of HP, but they take down the Enchanted Creep. Yeah, that's it. And Axe is done for Z-Freak. He's got to ferry it out, but that's it.
Okay, Sentry Ward's going to be down. They won't be able to find the bounty here. But they control the enemy jungle so well. They just don't feel comfortable moving through here. Swindles might get interrupted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they got
Dreamcoil, good vision from the low ground. Now Swindle's going to get caught. Shuriken toss, and that's a dead hero. And it looks like Complexity might just have to leave him behind and try to get out as best as possible. You can see Hanskin's already TPing away, and Chessie is too fast for them to chase. So you're absolutely right.
That kill really just showed that Infamous still has really good damage, though.
Yeah.
Like, that guy died instantly as soon as they finally focused him. But they're
I think it's
still
taken
very cooldown based.
5? Yeah, he's got taken 5, so that's one of the reasons why.
Oh, he got the
Kataro. Oh, beautifully done. Siegfried did get his Ags, and that would have been disastrous had he lost that, but nice play from Kotar Hayama. They do get the Battle Fury, by the way, for the Juggernaut, so very interesting, actually.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice. It'll help with the Omni Slash when there's a lot of Beastmaster units in the area, things like that. It's an okay choice. You can also hit the Slark if you're hitting allies nearby for the extra cleave. Oh, he's going to chase Limp. Limp does
Omni
not
Slash?
have... Okay,
Oh,
there's
they
3
wanted
heroes
this
up.
kill. There's the Lightning Bolt. They don't get the silence off in time. Can they still bring him down? The answer to that question is no. It was close, though. They just didn't quite have that right click, so he'd be able to TP away. Nicely done.
So Zeus's build is very farm heavy, very HP heavy as well. I'm a little surprised he didn't get punished a bit more. The focus really was on other heroes like Slark, for example. But I think that's largely because Chessie has been playing so aggressive. If he hadn't been playing so aggressive, it would have been Zeus getting ganked more often.
That's true. I'm actually... Well, first of all, what do you think is the next item for Limp here? What do you think he goes for?
He could buy Veil, he could buy Aether Lens, he could buy Ghost Scepter.
right.
I think probably Yules, maybe Yules or Ghost Scepter, most likely to make sure he doesn't just die to Omni Slash. Either one is fine.
I'm surprised we haven't seen an Aether Lens for the Zeus yet.
Yeah, I kind of like the fact they just went Bloodstone first, because the Aether Lens does make your range better, but the Bloodstone accelerates all of your items. It's like buying a Midas second item instead of first item.
True.
And the Aether Lens is, yeah, it's great, but it's just better to have the HP in a lot of cases. If you spend 2,000 Aether Lens, then you're just going to die to Juggernaut and Puck and all these other heroes a lot faster. In a game where they're very burst heavy, I think it's much better for them to go for the Bloodstone.
Swindle's about to die, and he knows it. He did not blink out in time. The Zeus ult came through to get him vision. They were all smoked up. They didn't really know what was happening, and Swindle, I think, resigned himself to his death after not getting that blink off. I'm really sure he wanted a blink there, but he just couldn't quite get it after they jumped on him.
It's not the worst loss ever. He's got 3,000 gold in the bank, so he's transitioning. Probably a Vlad's for him, unless Night Stalker has one. And
I
no
don't
Night
know he
Stalker,
feels it now.
Vlad's, yeah.
Got a gem now, though, so that's good.
Chelsea's like pressuring the Puck effectively now, too.
Taking 5 was used. There's the Yule Scepter. Jesse's like, I really want this kill, but Darayam is going to play it nicely enough that I'll be able to back away. C1 tower bottom looks like it'll finally fall. They'll have to glyph it up, and Jesse's coming in with the backstab here. Katarayam is not really close. Get there pretty quickly with Illusory Orb and blink in. He's there now. They're not going to go for the defense here. Dara will jump in, Illusory Orb. Hanskin
They could go on, yeah.
Dream Coil will fly. That'll be into Limp. He's going to actually break the coil. Now Excel is going to get caught. Chessie going to work on him. Can he bring him down in time? Great mech. He will get brought down, but the Omni Slash going to work, and Freak about to fall. Now the vision advantage gone. It's actually a 1-for-1 trade. They still don't have their Beastmaster back up and ready to go. Hanskin will fall on the other side to Stinger right-clicking him down and chasing him down with the chant as he's so speedy. 2-for-1 exchange win. It's all said and done, and Z-Talk will TP away. Good fight from Infamous. It's a little at a time here. They're just getting a little advantage in every team fight. If they can find a kill or two, they're in a good spot.
Yeah, the track helps so much with Enchantress. It doesn't matter if you juke, you just keep throwing the spears, and it really resulted in CM taking too much damage. It was basically just Slark in there doing as much as he could, and that wasn't really enough. They need to pick off somebody at the start of the fight, I think, for complexity's lineup to work out nicely. They've got a lot of burst damage with Zeus, they've got a lot of lockdown with Beastmaster, and those two things need to go together, and pick off some enemy heroes, and then kill them off one by one.
Well, this feels like it could shape up to be an interesting late game. You look at the net worth graph, it's even now. Roche is up, and that might be the next point of contention for both teams. I'm interested to see who's going to take this one, because it could go either way, I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Complexity is the easier lineup to execute at this stage, personally. I mean, Slark's only going to get stronger. I mean, I guess Jug is kind of similar, but I would say Slark is a scarier late game carry than Jug is to play against, that is. I mean, both are going to have Blink Abyssal pretty much at some point. Jug is a little bit closer by far, but Slark's just so hard to kill, and the burst damage coming out of Complexity, they have a lot of solutions. They can silence him, they can just bolt him so his HP is low. I feel like Slark has the better game going forward here.
I kind of agree, but I feel like if you're Complexity, you have a lot of magical bursts, and there's still room for BKBs on a couple of these Infamous heroes. Not that you want to build them on somebody like a Puck or on somebody like maybe even a Jug also, but I guess you could go both ways too. By the way, Kotar Hayama is building what is inevitably an Ethereal Blade. Interesting enough.
It's the Bambo style, dude. If you buy a Dagon 5, you might as well get E-Blade as well, because you already put all that investment into burst, you might as well get something else on top of it. And it's going to give you attack speed, and A lot of armor as well. It's a little bad, but if you're investing 10,000 gold into a Dagon 5, you might as well go for the full E-Blade.
Yeah, I can see that. But see if he can find anything. Here's the problem: is they have a lot of damage with him. He can kill any hero, but
Oh, this is a dead bounty.
no, he's done. That's the gem going into work, and Z-Talk will fall.
Yeah. He's going to really wish that he had a Guardian Creeps there. He could remove the silence and at least tracked and ran a little bit faster. But doesn't work.
No.
Good dewarding from compLexity here. This is a nice ward on the high ground. It's normally kind of a crappy ward, but it's smart when your opponents have a gem and when they have a Zeus. So good placement there.
Jesse almost losing his Aegis as Stinger and Greedy were chasing him down to right-click him a little bit. Stinger now with his Aghanim Scepter up to 1,000 gold as well. We've kind of hit this period. There was a lot of farming earlier on in this game. And now there's just a lot of fighting going on earlier on in this game. Now there's just a lot of farming.
A little bit of poking in and out, basically.
Right.
Jesse has his Basher ready, so he's just trying to farm up with his Abyssal, and that's when he'll probably start ganking again. But for now, his damage is just not quite high enough for him to get solo kills anymore. He's okay in team fights, but his solo kills are a bit weak.
Speaking of solo kills, Kutariam will find Hanskin, which is probably the easiest kills he'll find ever. The Void will go. Silence is up as well. He's got a Yule Scepter. Swindle will jump in with the Roar. There's the Mana Drain. Can he bring him down? The Zeus up will go. It is worth it, says Hanskin. I will take that kill every trade of the weekend. Now he doesn't have buyback. This is maybe where it gets a bit tougher because they pop up the drum charge. Chessie and Z-Talk going toe-to-toe, but Z-Talk is losing that battle. Arc Lightning will go. Lip will use his Ghost Scepter, and now Stinger is going to be the one that gets caught. He'll try to TP away. They don't have Basher, but he will get brought down. There's the Omni Slash. They're going to stay together. The Death Ward up onto the low ground. Excel will get pounced up. Limp about to fall. He will deny himself just in time. Death Ward is done. Greedy getting slowed. He'll pop the Healing Ward. There's the Void up. I don't know if they can bring him down through that Healing Ward, but Swindle will come through. He's got the Blink jumping in as well with the right click. They've lost 3. And the compLexity have lost 2. Jesse's going to go all in the base, all the way in the base, but he won't find the kill. And they will take at least a tier 2 tower off the back end of this.
Yeah, that was a great team fight for them. All started because they silenced the puck, and then they were able to do a Roar Necro 3. And Swindle just wrecked him, man. He's got Assault Cuirass increasing attack speed and minus armor for his opponents. And then just, he can solo kill anybody basically, except for maybe Juggernaut. So
this is going to be Rax and Excel dead. This is Rax here, I believe.
This is just not a hero that you want to play when your opponents have really good gank heroes. Like, Witch Doctor is not good for those games. And you can really see, he just keeps getting punished.
Greedy gets roared up and he gets destroyed. He's
So
down
fast.
for 78 and he does have buyback. One of the only, well, in fact, the only one on this raiding team that does. And suddenly, after
why are they
that death
backing?
to Kotaro Hayama, this game gets real difficult. They'll Ethereal Blade up. He'll actually be able to jaunt away. Kotaro Hayama gets out in time. Dagon will fly. Limp's taking a bit of damage. He just used that Bloodstone to deny himself. He'll get earned up. He also pops up the Ghost Scepter. The impetus damage going to work. Chessie still has that Aegis, by the way. Now going to town on that tier 2 tower. Kotaro will jump in. There's the Dream Coil on Swindle. He's low. They pop the drone charge. There's going to be the usage of the Dagon. He'll use up the Yule Scepter. Silence will fly through. Kotaro is just going to die. He's got buyback at the very least. Now Z-Talk almost gets pounced up. Still on the run is going to be Stinger and him. They will TP in. Chessie still has that Aegis. He'll blink away. Kotarayama's Lucifer not going to catch, but there's the Ethereal Blade. Dagon onto Limp. He'll stay alive. The silence misses. Frostbite will go. They get off the silence. He dies again. It's a dieback, and now he will use the CM ult. The freezing field almost bringing down Z-Talk. He's so low, but Stinger will walk back into it, looking for Limp. Won't get the kill. It's 4 dead, and that is it. Infamous's road through Canada Cup is over. They will go down 2 on compLexity. We'll move on to the grand final, securing themselves at least $12,000.
That's pretty good, man. compLexity played really good this series, especially game 2 there. That was the Chessie show. Chessie played amazing. They had some really good setups. Swindle Moans as well played great. Limp played awesome, really good KDAs. I've just seen a lot of Zeuses lately get wrecked by overly aggressive heroes. They just can't stand up to it, but it looked really solid today by Limp. They just didn't close the gap. They didn't play exactly the game they wanted to, and it pretty much was just a lot of feeding out of Bounty Hunter and Witch Doctor. They didn't do as much as they wanted.
Yeah, that was an impressive display from compLexity, and just unfortunate games, and especially in that first game for Greedy. I don't want to harp on it too much, and we'll talk more about the series a little bit later. Yeah, we're going to head into a quick break. We're going to talk about the series with the post-game report coming up here shortly, of course. I'm Mott, with me is Purge, as well as Pitmuckle. And we'll be seeing you here in just a couple of minutes after some commercials for the post-game report to talk about this lower bracket final. See you guys soon.